Welcome back, peeps. It's time for This Week in Jeep. We are back for week 2, count them, 2 episodes in a row. All-time streak.
That's called a winning streak. It has happened before.
So hello again, my name is Daryl, coming at you from the JcrOffroad studios. This is a show about Jeep news, culture, fresh hot memes, maybe a little bit of history thrown in the mix. And in that vein, our first segment is a new segment. I mean, it's the second week, so everything is new, but it's called Jeep History. And this was suggested to us by a user, Wes, on our Facebook page, so thanks, Wes. Let's get into Jeep history. With the reveal of the new Gladiator by Jeep last week, it only felt right that our first segment was on the original, the OG Jeep Gladiator. The original Gladiator was launched alongside the Wagoneer in 1962 for the 1963 model year. Both vehicles were the successor to the original Willys Jeep station wagon. Models included the short wheelbase J200 and J2000, the mid wheelbase or long wheelbase J300 and J3000, and the longer wheelbase J4000. The Gladiator was available in cabin chassis, townside, thrift side, platform stake, and even had IFS on the early models. In 1965, they switched to a solid front axle. Now, the truck was launched with the 230 cubic inch Jeep Tornado inline-6 engine, which is often credited as being the first overhead cam engine. And that's not entirely true. It was the first overhead cam mass-produced engine made in the United States after World War II. At the turn of the century, there were a few single overhead cam engines made in the Midwest that were in a few low production vehicles, and Peugeot actually had a dual overhead cam engine that won the French Grand Prix in 1912. But this is the first mass-produced overhead cam engine. The trucks were available in a dizzying array of options. Seriously, half-ton, three-quarter ton, one-ton, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, different engines, transmissions, transfer cases, wheelbases, packages. It is insane. It's enough to make a Jeep historian take up drinking. Seriously, if you want to learn more about all the packages offered in this Jeep, Google is definitely your friend. Now, in 1971, the Gladiator name was dropped and they were just known as the J Series or the Jeep Pickup. And from 74 to 88, only the J10 and the J20 truck remained. Sadly, in 1987, when Chrysler bought Jeep, they killed the Gladiator line and the last model was 1988. A lot of reasons are cited for this, mostly because it was a 26-year-old platform that needed updating, and Chrysler didn't want to compete with their best-selling Dodge truck line, so it really didn't make sense for them to make a new vehicle. Now, like I said earlier, there are a ton of different models, limited editions of the Gladiator and the J10 truck, the Honcho, the Golden Eagle, just a ton of awesome ones that you already know about, but my favorite has to be the 10-4. Yes, the 10-4 edition. It included a step-side bumper, a roll bar, awesome 10-4 logos on the rear bed sides, and of course a CB radio. Man, the 70s were amazing. So enough about the Gladiator, on to the Cherokee. This year, the Jeep brand rose 18.2% overall for the first 11 months of the year, and they are reporting an estimate 1 million vehicles sold by the end of the year. That is pretty fantastic. Leading this charge is the Jeep Cherokee, which rose over 20% in sales in just November. It's Jeep's best-selling vehicle and Fiat Chrysler's second best-selling vehicle, only bested by the Dodge Ram. The KL is also number 1, we're number 1, on Cars.com's American Made Index. That means if you want to buy the most American vehicle in America, it's the Jeep Cherokee. Sorry, Wrangler guys. So let's finish up this week in Jeep with our Jeep Pick of the Week, and this Jeep actually kind of wraps both stories up into a nice little package. It's a full-size Jeep with a Cherokee decal on the side. Yes, we are talking about Ken Farley's Big Chief. Maybe you've seen this all over the internet. It's been everywhere since SEMA. We like this Jeep because it features a 6-liter LS drivetrain, it has 1-ton axles, 40-inch tires, and it hasn't been washed since 1979. It also includes some custom JcrOffroad armor around it, so maybe we're just a tiny little bit biased. No, we're not biased. It's a retro Overlander, you gotta love that with the rooftop tent on it, and it's just a really, really killer build. If you want to learn more about this beast, just search social media for the hashtag Big Chief, or check out the 4wheeler.com feature that was just posted last week titled Full-Size 1979 Jeep Cherokee Chief S, Power, and Patina. A great article with some awesome pictures of them wheeling the Chief out in the desert. So that is it for this week's This Week in Jeep. As always, if you have any comments, suggestions, history lessons that you want to see next week, post in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Later, nerds!